morning and greetings from Northumberland on another lovely morning. The sun isn't quite as bright today as it was yesterday. Today we remember Etheldreda or Audrey, and I'm going to say a little bit about her because it's an interesting story. If you go to East Anglia and to this tiny city of Ely, the enormous cathedral, the beautiful cathedral, towers above the city and above the fens. And it is to Etheldreda, or Audrey as some people call her, and she has a, for me, unpronounceable Anglo-Saxon name. It is to her that we owe all this, or at least to her dedication to God. Hers is an interesting story. Born into the royal family, she became convinced that she should offer her life consecrated to God in the way of the Celtic and Anglo-Saxon saints. This didn't quite make her family happy, and she managed twice to be married off to different people. But she also managed twice to be able to get her husbands to respect her vow of chastity, with some difficulty, and it's quite an involved story, and you can look it up and read it. But the important thing is that she went to Coldingham, where St. Ebba, who we remember in this part of the world, founded the monastery, and later she went with some sisters to Ely and founded a monastery there, which was quite often the vocation of princesses of that age. And in Ely we have this amazing cathedral now, which follows on from her. But I think the thing that strikes me in this age when we are only still reluctantly accepting the vocation of women in many areas is that she had a determined and a clear sense of God's vocation for her to do something that swam against the tide of what someone of her age and class and royal estate was expected to do, which was to marry and form a treaty with another king. She followed instead her vocation to be a follower of Jesus Christ, and some would say a bride of Christ in the monastic life. And she did it with determination. She overcame the fact that she was married twice and yet retained her desire to keep her virginity and to be a follower of Jesus Christ. This woman had great determination, a great sense of vocation, and none of the political machinations of her age were able to divert her from that path. She heard God's call and she followed it. And I think that's quite important, because it's easy to be swayed about and to and fro by all the things that happen. But she determinedly followed God in a steadfast way. And therein is a message for us. Not that we are called all to be members of religious communities, but we're called to follow God in Christ and to live that life of discipleship in whatever situation we are placed, but with that as our primary goal. She did this to God's glory and to the building of the church and to the witness of Christ in her community. And we, following her and all the saints, are called to live in the same way. May God bless us.